5th of June marks World Environment Day, a focus on raising awareness and action for protection of the environment. South Asia has been hit hard by the ferocities of climate change. Here are some realities that strike a note of caution while motivating and inspiring to work for a better future.
The Himalayan glaciers, critical source of water to nearly 2 billion people, are melting faster than ever. Exposing communities to unpredictable and costly disasters. The Himalayan nation of Nepal is at the front lines of the impacts of temperature rise despite minimal emissions. Last month, in a bid to put the spotlight on global glacial retreat, dozens trekked to Nepal's Yala Glacier for a so-called funeral ceremony to mark its rapid disappearance due to climate change. Located between 5,270 and 5,750 meters above sea level, the glacier in the Langtang Valley in northern Nepal has shrunk in area by 66% and retreated 784 meters since 1974. Scientists have issued a warning that if the warming trend continues, the glacier may eventually disappear by the 2040s, thereby becoming the first in Nepal to join the ignominious list of glaciers declared dead worldwide. Now, let's take you to Sri Lanka, where soil salinity has become a major issue. It has pushed the food security of the island nation under threat. According to a 2024 report by the UN Food and Agriculture Organization, salt water from seas and oceans affects 10.7% of the Earth's land, making it uncultivable in some cases. The long-standing problem of farms poisoned by salt has been exacerbated due to climate change, which dries out the soil, reduces water resources, or raises sea levels, and is expected to increase the proportion of salty land from 24% to 32% of the world's surface area by the end of the century. In Sri Lanka, nearly 8% of the country's total arable land, about 223,000 hectares, half of which are rice paddies, are impacted by salinity. Increasing salinity has taken away the livelihood of farmers. The formidable Special Task Force, an elite Sri Lankan police unit, is on an unusual mission to reclaim farms poisoned by salt. In the Sorjan method, similar to techniques used in Thailand and Indonesia, flood-prone land is reshaped by digging ponds where rice can be grown or fish raised, with more saline-tolerant coconut trees planted. In addition to this, embankments around these ponds are used to cultivate more delicate crops.
Now we have planted 360 coconut saplings and are maintaining them. In addition to that, we have also cultivated areca nut saplings, fruits, and vegetables and are supplying them to our camp.
This pilot project can prove to be a game changer for Sri Lankan farmers. The Kingdom of Bhutan has an enviable record of being the world's first carbon-negative country, which absorbs 3 times more carbon dioxide than it emits, thanks mainly to the lush forests covering 72% of its land. Often referred as the last Shangri-La for using happiness as a measure of success. The mountainous nation, the size of Switzerland, has taken utmost care to keep its environment pristine, majority by sacrificing profits. The sparsely populated nation of 800,000 people has restricted the number of tourists to 400,000 per year. It has imposed a daily fee of $250 per visitor in high season, in an apparent attempt to keep them at bay. Additionally, the Bhutanese constitution stipulates that at least 60% of the kingdom must be covered in forest. And then there is Afghanistan, which is the sixth most climate vulnerable country globally, according to the World Bank. The country is highly vulnerable to intense and recurring natural hazards, which will only be exacerbated by climate change. Afghanistan's population is caught between vicious cycle of floods, droughts, cold and heat waves, and food insecurity. More than 50% of Afghanistan's population is affected by severe drought conditions. The United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs stated that the climate crisis has intensified humanitarian needs in Afghanistan. There is no doubt that the climate change crisis in Afghanistan requires special attention.